Hey guys, what's up? It's Jessica Khalil. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, it is still COVID. We are still going through COVID right now, so I do have a mask on. I'm going to take it off so I could do makeup, of course. There's nobody in the room but me. But I wanted to wear it because I want to focus on eye makeup. My face has been enjoying a makeup-free environment, but some of us still have to go to work, still have to do Zoom, still have to do things work related, or just sometimes you want to get out of the house. So why not focus on some really cool eye makeup? Okay, so mask is off. I want to do just a light foundation. You definitely don't have to do this at all if you're just planning on keeping your mask on and you're only worried about your eyes. But I'm going to fast forward through like a super quick foundation routine and then we will get to the eyes. So quickly, I am priming where I want my pores to be less visible. And then I'm going in with the MAC Face and Body Foundation in shade C5. This is a light to medium coverage. I love it so much because it still looks like skin, but it does give the skin a really nice even tone, which I absolutely love. And yes, y'all, I'm going in with a damp beauty sponge. This one is one of my favorites and it's from Eco Tools. It's super affordable and you can get it at Target, Walmart, CVS. It's pretty bomb. Okay, not too shabby. Now I'm going in with Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium Light to just highlight under my eyes, down my nose, my chin, and this kind of area right here, like the crevices, smile lines under your cheeks. Yeah, we're gonna highlight those and bring those bad boys forward. So I have foundation and concealer. Now I want to set with Laura Mercier's translucent powder, which we all know, or a lot of people know of this one. It's a cult favorite, cult classic. Anyways, they just came out with 2 extra shades, a honey and a medium deep. So I want to try the honey. This is definitely a step you do not have to do, but this is what I want to try out today. Okay, I'm lightly setting under my eyes. I didn't put a ton of powder because I didn't sure how. I mean, it's supposed to be translucent, but there's definitely there has to be a little bit of pigment, right? If it's this honey shade. And I really like it. That's really pretty. All right, so this is taking away some of the shine from my MAC foundation because that is super dewy. And yeah, it's beautiful. All right, so that was a beautiful finish in my opinion. So yay, good for you, Laura Mercier. This translucent powder in the shade Honey is bomb. And I will continue using it. Okay, I know I said I was just gonna fast forward through all of my foundation stuff, but I wanted to share because you just might as well. What else are we doing nowadays? Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow, and I'm gonna pick up the bronzy side, which you can obviously tell this is definitely a fave. I'm gonna lightly contour under my cheekbones. And that translucent powder is really helping this not to be patchy and not to stick. Because if I had just put this on directly onto my MAC foundation, oh, forget it. It would be skipping like crazy. I put a little bit under here to make my jawbone a little bit more chiseled. Okay, I just popped a banana highlight powder under my eyes, kind of everywhere I put that concealer. So now I'm going to move on to some bronzer. I'm going to use the MAC, what is this? The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. It's a favorite of mine. My daughter has put her little teeth marks in that, which just makes it a little bit more long lasting in case anybody needs any tips on bronzer. Okay, now I'm just going to warm up the perimeter of my face and onto my cheekbones. Y'all, I love bronzer so much. It makes me feel healthy and glowy. And if I had to only use like 3 makeup products, like forever, I would definitely use bronzer, mascara, and lip gloss. I feel like you can definitely make it happen with those 3 products, and I just want y'all to know that bronzer is a huge love of mine. Moving on to blush, I'm going to use Laura Mercier's Blush in Peach. Okay, you guys, my base is pretty much all situated, and I'm going to hop over to my eyebrows. Now remember, if you are wearing a mask, all everyone else can see is your eyes, literally this part. So it's your eyebrows and your eye makeup, if that's what you want to wear. So I just want to make sure that y'all know the emphasis on the eyebrows and the eyes. And eyebrows can really like shape your whole vibe and your mood, and it can completely change your face. Like if you lift up your arch a little bit or you come in closer down here, sometimes you could look a little bit more like sassy, or like you have a little bit more of an attitude. And I feel like that's sometimes what happens when some of my friends are like, I have like resting B-word face, and I don't know why people feel that way about me, because I'm really nice and happy and bubbly. And I'm like, sometimes it's your eyebrows. Like if your eyebrows are giving off a mood, it's gonna just, that's it. That's what we're going with. There's no right or wrong way to shape your eyebrows. You know, you already have your natural shape, but I'm just saying that sometimes if you have those really harsh angled eyebrows, you can come off kind of like attitude-y. Any hoodles, I am going to just fill in my eyebrows with some brown powder. I don't mess around with pomades. I don't mess around with pencils. Sometimes people need that. I literally just want them a little bit more filled in, and I just use a dark brown eyeshadow. I dip it in and I literally just like stamp it and sweep it across, and I fill in wherever I feel like I need to. But to each their own. However you do your eyebrows is totally up to you. I do like to give myself a little bit more of a defined arch right there. Oops, I went a little cray-cray, but you know what I mean. And then I go a little bit lighter towards the inside of the eyebrow here, because you kind of want it to be a nice fade, because you don't have as many hairs right at the front as you do necessarily packed in tighter here. Of course, I have a nasty hair hanging off the bottom of my spoolie. Any hoodles. And y'all, they are mowing the lawn right now, so I hope that doesn't interfere too much. So I just lightly fill it in. You don't have to do anything crazy. And then I brush it out to make sure it's not too harsh. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Your eyebrows are filled in. Then to make sure my little hairs don't go crazy throughout the day, I am going into Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Gel. It is clear, so it's not going to give me any kind of tint whatsoever. But sometimes I do like a lighter tint to lighten up my eyebrows just a little bit, to give myself a softer look. Now let's prime your eyelids. If you're really focusing on eyes, I want to make sure that you prime your eyelids so that your eyeshadow stays put and you find the right primer for you. This one is great. It's Amazing Cosmetics and it's called the Illuminate Eye Primer. It has a nice light fluffy texture that just glides right over the eye. It almost has like a silicone kind of vibe. I'm not sure, but some people like to use concealer, which there's nothing wrong with that, but just keep in mind that concealer is a moisturizing product. So if you have oily eyes, like clearly mine look oily because the concealer that I did have over when I was just doing my concealer is gathering in my crease. So sometimes I do use concealer, but just keep in mind that it is a moisturizing product for the most part. So if you have oily eyelids, your eyeshadow you might just be working against yourself and making your eyeshadow and the product you put on your eye break down even faster. So you make sure, I don't know, I would just recommend to get a regular straight up eye primer because that is meant to combat the oiliness on your eyes. I learned that from a super cool newish YouTuber called Robert Wells. She's a makeup artist. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. Why concealer, although it looks great once you put the eyeshadow on top of it for like an hour or two, that's when it starts kind of breaking up a little bit. So get yourself a good eye primer. And you only need a little bit and make sure you tap it out really nicely. So remember, a thin layer of this goes a super long way. And if you're really going crazy, you can take a brush and put a little bit on your lower lash line. If you have a problem with like fallout or transferring or any of that, that could help you on your lower lash line too. All right, y'all, now for the main part of this whole show is focus show. This whole video is to focus on our eyes, but not going too crazy. So for that, I am dipping into this Clove and Hallow eyeshadow palette. This is called the Sunrise Pressed Pigment Palette. It is absolutely beautiful. It is my first time using it. It's a perfect everyday eyeshadow. It's great for work, running errands, hanging out, going on a date. It's literally super easy, a super easy neutral color story. And we're gonna create a fun eye look with these 6 shades. What's super cool about Clove and Hallow is that they use like natural, vegan ingredients, cruelty-free ingredients, and it's a cruelty-free and vegan palette altogether and company, I believe. But they make really clean products. I've used their products in the past, and now I want to showcase this little mini eyeshadow palette. I will have a discount code and a link that you can go to purchase this palette if you want in the description box below. It is not sponsored by any means, but if you do purchase it, I do get a small teeny commission off of it. So yeah, just make sure you keep that in mind. All right, so let's go into this beautiful like burnt orange shade. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna build this into my crease. It's a nice warm brown. And I'm just gonna build it in. And I like to make sure to go all the way in this way too, because a lot of times we forget and just focus the eyeshadow like on the outer corner sweeping up, which is absolutely beautiful. But if you really want your eyes to like, I mean, I guess it totally depends which kind of like aesthetic or vibe you're going for. Like if you're going for a cat eye or that new fox eye, you definitely want to keep the product concentrated on the outside. But if we're just wanting just your general everyday, make your eyes just pop and stand out, I really like to make sure that you bring that crease shade up and into, just to fill up that space. You got these eyelids and brow bone, might as well use up that real estate. Now I'm pulling up that transition shade on my outer corner, so I'm doing like this little V motion because that's gonna frame our darker shades. And I'm gonna go ahead and drag it out a little bit. And I always like to drag out first with the lighter shade that we're laying down first. So this way if you mess up or, you know, you went too far out, it's not too big of a deal because it's still a lighter shade. But at the same time, it gives your eye like some framework. And I am so sorry about the lawn mowing noise. Sorry. Next, I'm gonna go into this center shimmery shade. It's kind of like this champagne-y shade, and I'm gonna highlight my inner corner and my brow bone and see what that looks like. Then I took this little tiny flat brush and I'm just packing on some highlight under my eyebrow. Then taking that bigger brush and buffing it out. Okay, at this point you can totally stop here, do your eyeliner if you want and your mascara and be done. So this is a one kind of base layer. We just did a warm crease, then highlight the brow bone and inner corner. Let's keep pushing it forward. Now I want to take this kind of like, what do you call it, like a rusty-ish copper shimmery shade, and I want to put that kind of on the outer lid, not the outer, but not, you know, right there, like the middle of the lid. And so here we go. Okay, let's keep pushing this eye. And so I think like that first sweep of color we did could definitely be like your daytime, and then you could just keep layering it up. So let's go ahead and do this darker brown here, and I'm gonna buff that into the outer corner and kind of blow it out to kind of deepen that eye. Also starting to pull that up and into the crease to make sure I have a nice blend. Do y'all see how that lighter brown shade we laid down before is helping our darker shade blend now here, these steps later towards the end? And then you can even go back, pick more of that kind of burnt orange shade, and then further blend those edges together. You can keep going back and forth until you're happy with the blend or like the intensity. All right, now that the lids are in a good place, let's move down and hang out on the lower lash line. I'm gonna kind of repeat what I did up top just to continue to frame out the bottom of the eye and to create that shape we are going for. So I'm gonna go into this one again. This one doesn't have shade name, so I'm just gonna call it burnt orange because that's what I'm feeling like it's called. I like to concentrate majority of the product on my lower lash line on the outer corner and blend out, and as I get closer in, I don't pull it down as far, if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna pop into that darker brown and I'm going to focus that in a little bit closer into the actual lash line and not blow it out as much to create a nice like gradient effect. Again, pushing it a little bit more towards the outer corner. And then I'm connecting that dark brown shade with the dark brown shade up top. Okay, now eyeliner or no eyeliner, it's totally up to you. You can go no eyeliner here and just do mascara and you're done. You could do pencil liner, you could do a nice brown shimmery line to make it soft. You can go in with a hardcore liquid liner. I'm gonna do a liquid liner because that's my favorite, but then I'll go on top of it with a darker eyeshadow so that I could blend it out so it's not so like bam, I got eyeliner on. It's probably gonna end up looking like that, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Also, if you have hooded eyes, you wanna drag your bottom or the end of your liner out a little bit further before you angle your wing up, because a lot of times when you open your eyes, your hooded lid covers that arch. And then it just, sorry, not that arch, just, you know, the flick of the wing, and then when you open your eyes, it kind of goes away. So hopefully that doesn't happen with us if we pull it out far enough. Okay, see how I went like further than where my actual eye stops? Then from there I'm gonna angle it straight up and then connect. Okay, now as you could tell, I left like my inner corners a little bit empty. I'm gonna take the teeniest, tiniest little pencil brush and dip it in a dark, dark, dark brown and start to smoke out this line so that it's not so crisp. And then I think that'll help make it look a little teeny bit softer. This is also a good trick to do if you messed up your liquid liner and it's already as thick as you want it to be. You can kind of like fade the line. If that makes sense. Okay, now with that same little pencil brush with just what's left on it, I'm gonna connect my bottom wing to my lower lash line, but only at the very outer corner. I'm gonna hop over to mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. This is L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. You can buy this at CVS, at Walgreens, at Walmart, at Target. You can buy it anywhere and it's super affordable and it is one of my absolute faves. Okay, mascara is on. I do not use an eyelash curler. I don't remember the last time I used an eyelash curler, but I just use my fingers, which are super dirty right now, but I try to warm them up and just kind of press my lashes up and hold them there. I probably spend a minute doing this and I just work them up with the warmth of my fingers because this is the best way that my little brittle lashes curl. See, it gives them a little lift. Okay, so I put the eyelash glue on the lash and I'm letting it kind of hang out for about a minute. My favorite eyelash glue is the Callus eyelash glue and you can get that on Amazon. I totally ran out of it, so I just ordered more on my phone, but I will pop up a little picture of it somewhere around here and a link below so that you can get it. It's amazing eyelash glue and I definitely recommend it. So the way I put these bad boys on is I like to anchor it right in the center, give it a couple of seconds, then tug it outward, anchor it down there, stamp it on there, give that a couple seconds, and then do the inner corner. So let's see if this works out for us. Okay, I put it where I want it. Pull out my outer corner, set it where I want it there. And then now my inner corner. Okay, so there you have it. You could definitely put a lip balm on or nothing at all. Pop your mask back on and be done, because you don't have to worry about lipstick if you're wearing a mask. But I will give you an option next in a second if you do want to wear lipstick. There you go. Make sure you smile with your eyes like Tyra Banks made famous. Make sure you smile, and hopefully people will get the idea that you are smiling and friendly and not scared of everyone you see. All right, now moving on to lips. If you do want to wear a lipstick but you know you'll have to wear a mask over it, I would recommend for you to wear a lip tint, like a stain that does not budge. So you put it on and then you can just wipe it off, and it's just like stained on your skin, which is, I think, the best way if you don't want any transfer at all whatsoever on your mask. I would definitely recommend a stain. But if you want a little bit more coverage and you want to look like you're actually wearing lipstick when you do get to take your mask off, I would recommend a liquid lipstick, and I would just recommend that on its own. I wouldn't put a lip liner on first, because the lip liner for the most part isn't transfer proof. Some of them can be, but most of them in my experience are not. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lip liner on just for the sake of framing out my lips for y'all. So this lip pencil is Makeup Forever Aqua Lip in 2C. I overlined my lips, y'all. I don't want to hear it. Just enjoy. So a liquid lipstick I have been really loving is this one by Ofra, and it is called Baroque, and it is just like that perfect, like, your lip color. These actually go together really well. The lip liner 2C and then Baroque. I got this on sale on the Ofra website pretty recently. I mean, definitely within the last month or two, so it might still be up if you like this color. Then to kind of lighten up the center, I'm going to go in with Nude Potion. I think this lighter shade was in Nikki Tutorial's little collab she did with them. I'm going to kind of let this dry a little bit. And then put this in the center. Kind of like brings a little light and makes your lips look a little bit powderier. All right, at this point, you can go back, touch up whatever you need to. If you need a little bit more bronzer, a little bit more highlight, you really want to go in darker in the outer corners, whatever you want to do, this is the time to do it before you set your face. Now, it's really important. It's summertime, you're wearing masks, you're putting it on, taking it off. You want your eyeshadow to stay all day, that you do use a setting mist. I like this one by Morphe. It's their continuous setting spray. Continuous setting spray. I just got this one in my BoxyCharm from Smashbox that I've been really wanting to try. I feel like I should try that. You know what? Let's try this now and see how it goes. This is definitely a fan favorite. Photo Finish Setting Spray Weightless. Let's see. I always give it a few squirts before so it doesn't splatter out. Okay, you guys. Okay, that feels like it is going to be a good setting spray. I saw a hack on TikTok. I think it was TikTok. Where someone literally set their face once they did their makeup and then took MAC Studio Fix Plus and sprayed their mask down. After they sprayed their face, let that dry, spray the mask, let that dry, so it's like a double barrier so that it wouldn't move their makeup around. I have not tried that, but I'm all out of my MAC Fix Plus spray, so I'm definitely gonna have to try that. Probably could work with any setting spray, honestly. Maybe not the hydrating ones. But anyways, it's a good tip. Don't take my word for it because I haven't tried it yet. You guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys are all staying safe out there, wearing your masks when you can, and just looking out for your homies and your family and the rest of the world. I love you so much. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope everybody is good. Let me know in the comments if I can do any kind of makeup that would spark joy in you and just make you feel different than the world is making us feel today. Okay, you guys, peace out, Cub Scout. Love you guys so much, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.